Welcome to the Warp Legacy Forge. I have had a long couple days. So 2 days ago, I went out here to finish this. The coal I'm using needs a really good fire to get going. So I've been using charcoal to start my coal. Discovered I was out of charcoal. And my torch is out. And my welder ran out of wire. Sander, and the belt broke. None of these things are really big deals, but when they happen in rapid succession, it gets really annoying. Anyways, I'm done complaining. Today, we're gonna finish up my Touchmark. I'm gonna finish welding this in place. We're going to do a little bit of playing with this welder because it is just a cheap Harbor Freight 98 welder that I got given to me because, well, basically it was broke. But we messed around, got it fixed, got it working. It is definitely hobbled together, but I'm gonna do something to it today that should make it run a little better. Let's get to work! So here are the internals of this little cheap 90 amp welder here. This piece here, the wire comes in here and goes through here, and this holds it in place, and this wheel turns, and the pressure between this wheel and this wheel is what pushes the wire forward. But the spring to hold it closed is back here. The spring is back here. But this butts up solid, and then the spring doesn't actually do anything, and these two things still aren't touching. I don't know if you can tell in this shot, but they're still not really touching. So what we are going to do is take this right here and file a little bit of that off, so this will close a little farther, and then the spring will actually do something. Instead of just holding it shut, it'll actually push pressure on that spring, and then it'll feed better, because that's one of the problems I'm having is very, very inconsistent feeds. Alright, now, since we got the welder and everything up and out, we're going to take and make a new shelf for down here. You know, this would be a whole lot easier if I had a shelf down here to put all this crap on. So there we go. Welder now welds again. Shelf done. All my crap below instead of on top. Tong rack done. I have a huge collection of tongs, don't I? Now, all that's left is the Touchmark. Let's get her hot and do something.
Welcome to the office. If you go ahead and decide to do that modification that I did to my Harbor Freight welder, make sure you grind the right side off of that piece, because when I did it at first, I accidentally ground the wrong side off, which meant when I put it back together, it still butted up to the same place, but the spring wouldn't spring down tight enough to hold it. So I had to add a couple shims in there, and I did grind off the other side a little bit, but that piece is now way weaker than I want it to be, and hopefully it holds up. But it's working. I can weld again. When I made that mold for the Touchmark, it made it a lot deeper than I needed to. And that meant that when I put this in and hit it, I had to hit it a lot harder and a lot more than I expected. I didn't need to make them as deep, and I had to hit. I only put a couple hits in the video, but I hit it quite a lot, both with the little hammer and with the sledgehammer, and that ended up upsetting this end to the point where I had to keep squaring it off so it would fit back in the hole. This used to have a nice even change from round to square, but with having kept upsetting it and fattening this end out, I ended up, it's square all the way from here forward now, where it used to just barely turn into square at the end. And this is what it looks like on the piece. Thank you for visiting the Warp Legacy Forge. If you like this, go ahead and let me know by clicking that like button. There's also a couple other videos here for you. Unless you're on a TV and then I'm just pointing at thin air. And also, if you're not on a TV, there's a button right here. Go ahead and subscribe. Thanks again for visiting. I will see you next time.